guys, it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. I like to post about books and music, mostly Taylor Swift. I have all of my signed CDs displayed. Today, we are going to be listening to the first Paramore album that has come out in 5.5 years. This is a little bit nerve-wracking for me because I already bought tickets to see them because this is the first time they'll be coming to Tulsa, and I've been wanting to see them since I was obsessed with them in middle school. I have to be honest, their albums as of late haven't been resonating with me as hard. The last album I really loved was, I think it was the self-titled one that came out in 2013. I remember being absolutely obsessed with every single song on that record. I do like the lead single, This Is Why. The news didn't hit me as hard. I'm going to go into this with as open of a mind as possible though, because I just really want to have an amazing time at this concert. And I know they'll be playing their older stuff as well, but I'm just really hoping this hits how the 2013 self-titled did. You know, a 5.5 year break. I have a feeling they're getting a little more back into this rockier sound, which is always what I liked a little more about Paramore. So let's just get right into it. If you want to skip around, I do have timestamps down below, and also disclaimer, I will be listening to these through my headphones so that my video does not get blocked, and I will just be giving all my commentary on all of these. I'm super excited and nervous. From what I've heard so far, I feel like this is a little bit more true rock alternative, more so than the pop punk stuff they were doing before. Paramore has lyrically improved a lot though. I'm not sure who's writing everything. I feel like Hailey does some of the writing at least. And I mean, yeah, the songs she wrote when she was a teenager, the instrumentation slapped, but the topics just got so much better with time, even if the instrumentals might not have been up my alley. Okay, this bass line though, I can't lie. This is the third time I've listened to this, and for some reason it's vibing. Also, this is the top I'm wearing to the concert. It's a corset thingy. I don't have pants yet, but that's okay because I'm just wearing it for a YouTube video for now. You don't see my lower half anyways. Why? I love that. God, that chorus is so catchy. So I guess this is the themes of agoraphobia that Hailey was kind of talking about in... I read something before I started filming. I can't remember what it was that I read. I think it might have been the album preface or pre-word or whatever it's called. If you have an opinion, you should shove it, or maybe you could scream it. Might be best to keep it to yourself. So if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all. All the hatred in the world, especially now after being chronically online for 2 years, just seeing how vicious people can be behind a screen as opposed to someone coming up to your face. They would never say that shit to your face. I'm interested to see what tracks were written first and which were written more towards the actual release of the album. Maybe that information will come out soon. I mean, this is a really good lead single. I did like Hard Times, but it's just, I don't know, pop is just not what I expect from Paramore. It was a really good song, and I think the lyrics and the melody were good. It's just, you know, when I want pop, I listen to Taylor Swift. Her vocals too. Her vocals for rock, it's just a crime to not be utilizing those for that genre. Oh my god, I can't wait to see her sing live. Okay, we're going to give this one another chance because I think I've only listened to it once. I think what turned me off from this song is literally just the opening line of War on the Other Side of the Planet. My family lives in Ukraine, and that was just too much for me to process. I was I can't stop thinking about it, but also it feels it's not that far away, but this is coming from a completely different kind of perspective, obviously. But to me, I just couldn't relate. I was this feels it's happening in my backyard. I do understand this chorus of I don't know, I do feel kind of crazy sometimes when I'm so upset by something that is happening to my family and affecting me, but there's definitely a sensory overload. I don't feel bitter at people who need to turn off the news because it's this fatigue and this stress and sadness for everything that's happening. At certain points I had to stop watching full coverage of everything that was going on in Ukraine just because I was just checking on my family members specifically, and I just couldn't think about other towns because it was just way too upsetting for me, or things going on elsewhere. I tried to share as much as I could on my Instagram about Iran, but to a certain extent when you don't have anything else of you to give, or if somebody is struggling with their own issues, even if you're living in a privileged country, it seems Hailey's dealing with depression here, and to just be overstimulated like this. It's interesting she's talking about a TV, turning on the news, you picture a television. But I think in modern times, it's not the TV as much as it is phones and computers, especially TikTok, for example, because the endless scrolling and it just feeds you stuff. Something could come up that you don't want to see, and no matter how many times you click not interested, that subject just keeps coming up. And if it's very triggering for you, it's just, you have to give yourself a break sometimes. I don't think it makes you awful for not talking about something 24/7 or wanting to learn everything about something 24/7. I'm noticing these really shimmery pre-choruses. I don't know how else to explain it. This really melodic melodic guitar that doesn't have like any distortion going on. It's just very clean and like it really rings out. And that reminds me of some early Paramore stuff like pre-2013. I feel like it was their thing to kind of do these really clean guitar pre-choruses. Oh, I love the muted second verse. Oh, the second verse. Yep. The guilt, the survivor's guilt. Holy shit. I've had an emotional week. God, I better not cry because there's way too much eyeliner on my face. There are a lot of people who can relate to this. I mean, Haley's like an exceptionally like privileged perspective, but even I feel this way, the survivor's guilt. Like I'm so far from the front line, but it still feels like it's just happening around me. I worry I give money and I feel useless behind this computer, and that's just barely scratched the surface of my mind. Like this is just the shortened version of how she's feeling. Yeah, she has commentary on this, like particularly about the internet. I don't think she's talking about a TV, but I'm just getting like a TV. Oh, it ends really suddenly. So this song is a lot more dynamic than I originally thought. Like there's the muted second verse and like the really interesting pre-chorus that's all melodic. The chorus doesn't hit super hard. I mean, it's just like, it's this expression of anger and she's like yelling. But yeah, the messaging, I see why people like this. Okay, now we're getting into songs I've never heard before. Running Out of Time. I'm scared. This is all uncharted territory. I'm nervous. Ooh, okay. Weird guitar. It's like video gamey, like a little back and forth. Ooh, the drums. Oh my god. This is like a little indie sounding. Oh my god, this pre-chorus. They're doing the same thing. It's like a more slowed down thing. What if I'm just a selfish prick? Ooh, wait, oh my god. The chorus is like disco-y. Oh, that one ends really suddenly too. There's no like ringing out or fade outs. It's relatable. Really bad time management skills. It's kind of funny. I think it's meant to be like a little bit humorous. Sometimes you get to a point in life where you're like so burnt out you have to write down every single thing on your to-do list, or you just will not do it, because to not have it visually in front of you means you just will not get to it. You'll forget. Literally like walking the dog, sending a card. I hate those stupid like little mundane tasks. So I guess when she talked about it, she said the meaning isn't that deep, but it could be if fans wanted it to. I love a good lyrical deep dive. I can't think of any crazy in-depth theories, but if you think this song is deeper than it appears, drop your theories in the comments. So c'est comme ça means it is what it is. Wait, this feels so... She's like talking in a single year of age 100 and she goes on the whole first verse. It feels like some kind of like announcement. I don't know. It's got this like strange vibe I can't put my finger on. My social life, a chiropractic appointment. Girl, sit still long enough to listen to yourself, or maybe just long enough for you to atrophy to hell. Is this song about her back hurting? Ooh, lucky for me, I've run on spite and sweet revenge. What is that like? That like awakens something within me. I love her diction, like in a like choral sense. If you've been in choir, you'll know like the pronunciation is very crisp. Ooh, she just screamed disorder. Whoa, this is really interesting. Oh my god, this bridge, the broke down last chorus. Okay, so I'm not usually a fan of like repetitive choruses, but it would be fun to like yell at a concert. I understand like that thought process behind it. Very easy to sing along to. The bridge has got me feeling some type of way. I know that regression is rarely rewarded. I still need a certain degree of disorder. She needs to feel like she's showing that she's making progress all the time. Yeah, because sometimes when you feel you've gotten so much better than you were, it's like, where do you go from there if you're so used to just like progressing all the time? Holy shit. I relate to that in the sense of like going through school and you're always like passing your classes and going up a grade, and now that I've graduated, it's like I can't show my worth through my GPA anymore. Like it's not nearly as black and white as it was. I don't like being called out. I hate to admit getting better is boring, but the high cost of chaos, who can afford it? So she's conflicted. It's like being bored and well versus having a chaotic life, but it's like, god, at what cost? How much of a toll that takes on you? So I'd only ever heard like a quick clip of this. I think it was Haley performing it, and I wasn't too impressed because it was just the chorus, but like it actually has some pretty interesting lines that are in the verses and the bridge, of course. Big man, little dignity. Why do I feel like this is about to be some tea? Is that a bassoon? Okay, woodwinds. There's a flute. Now we have our guitars. Oh my god. You keep your head high, smooth operator in a shit-stained suit? Haley. And then she sings the chorus so delicately. Ooh la la la, little dignity. Oh wait, is that like a... That sounds like she's about to say something else. That is so funny. God, that hook is really clever. Okay, flute outro. This one fades out. Well, it's very mellow. A lot of like social issues coming through so far. This is a really chaotic instrumental intro. Okay, kick drum. Really kick drum. It's got this like funk to it. Oh my god, the wolf metaphor again. Demi Lovato did that in a song called Feed. Oh, it's a Cherokee parable? Whoa, turns out I'm living in a horror film where I'm both the killer and the final girl. I feel like there's a religion that has this idea that you are every single person in this world, and that's to like encourage people to be nice to everyone. I don't know. It's also giving like parallel universes. I don't know where I read that. Everyone's a bad guy. There's no way to know who's the worst. And yet no one's ever completely good or completely bad. Sure does feel like it sometimes. This one again has this kind of like mellow rocky feel though. I'm not getting like this energy and chaos that I remember from early Paramore, even though they've gone back to rock, and I do prefer this to like their pop stuff. There's a cool backstory to this one. Like she broke up a fight at one of their shows, and then afterwards she was like thinking she was too hard on them, as if I don't get angry about shit, you know? Who knows what they're struggling with, or if the world is a horrific place to live in for them. Like maybe they're going through something that she can't even fathom. I hate that she's beating herself up over that though. It's like you still have to have self-control to not like beat someone up at a concert, because that's a safety concern. She did the right thing, but it's really cool that that came from a situation like that. Oh my god, the intro sounds like a cell phone ringing. Bassoon! Once you get me going, I don't know how to stop. Unsuspicious Mind. Wait, isn't there a classic rock song? Suspicious Minds? Is it Elvis? Flimsy Spine. I like the kind of play on being spineless. She could have just said spineless, but she came up with something new. Burning both ends of a candle, like burning the midnight oil. I'm made of thin ice. Again, it's got like a mellowness to it. I don't feel angry. So this one is just like about like a burnout, but it seems like she's bitter at somebody, like she burned herself out for them, or maybe it's like aimed at the media or like certain fans. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about like them as a band or anything, or what Hailey's personal life is like. I just love their music. Yeah, burnouts. We've got like poor time management skills, burnout, agoraphobia, lots of like personal issues and social issues, more than like personal relationships between people, I guess. Why does this sound like that Juice WRLD song? I still see your shadows in my room. The guitar. This is very, very mellow. This feels like a lullaby. Oh wait, now it's sad. I lied to you, but I never needed to. I lied to you, but you always need the truth. Okay, so it's like a little bit generic, but it's a really pretty break in the track list. I got too good at fighting chemicals. What does it mean? The chorus makes me think of Mastermind by Taylor Swift. Like when she changes it at the end and she's like, you knew the entire time that I'm a mastermind, and she like planned out this relationship and made it sound like it was accidental, but then she realizes at the end that he knew the entire time she was like plotting and scheming to make him like be wrapped around her finger. She's saying, I lied to you, but I didn't need to. You always knew. It's like very similar, really catchy and relaxing. So that was the first one that was kind of more like about a relationship. Shit, this first verse. Knowing that everything ends. Shit, this hits. Oh, don't we love romanticizing the past? Oh my god, the second verse, she literally says, I romanticize even the worst of times. Me too, girl. When all it took to make me cry was being alive. This line in the bridge about the future and the past connecting, but the present. God, I was thinking about this just the other day. Like, I think of the past and I romanticize the shit out of it, and I'm like, where does the past start? Like, yesterday was trash. When was it good? Like, how far back? What's the line? Or you look through, like, old photos and, like, Snapchat memories and you try to pinpoint when things changed. This one is sending me into the biggest spiral out of all of them. There was another line I wanted to talk about. Oh, look up and see a reflection of someone who never gave way to the pain. So she feels proud of how far she's come. And now she's saying, what if I told my old self that now that I'm older, I have no regrets? There isn't a moment I'd want to change. I don't know. I just feel the things that I romanticize, I do know deep down they weren't as good as they feel right now. Yeah, there are things I wish I never would have gone through. I need to not forget how terrible it was. So you need to not make the same mistakes again, at least. But that's how you learn. You have to have those mistakes or you're gonna do it at some point. So I guess it's good that it already happened. Me just fucking spiraling, figure eighting. Where's the end? Where's the beginning? That's very much like the present, future, and the past connecting. I love a good midnight spiral. Are we gonna end on a good old-fashioned roast? Why am I hot potatoing? I am a magnet for broken pieces. I am attracted to broken people. This vocal, it's so light and whispery. This feels like her own spin on what like Billie Eilish is doing, vocally at least. She's saying she has a thick skull. She's not roasting someone like Big Man Little Dignity. Wow, so this is the last album, part of her record deal that she signed when she was a teenager. And she's 34 now, that's crazy. Like Taylor's contract ended when she was like 27-ish, so it's like 10-ish years, a little over 10 years, but Hailey, God, that's even longer. So this was the first song they wrote for the new album. I see that. It's got that very mellow alternative rock sound. This is probably when they decided what this would mostly be. I feel like this isn't gonna be in the set list for the tour, because it's like, how do you play this live? It's so like, I mean, what are people gonna do? It's so strange because it's like so loud and rock, but it's like this mellow thing. I'm interested to see what the set list looks like, because like Paramore concerts, I think of such high energy stuff, and this has just been overall a pretty mellow album. So I wonder how much of this album is going to be played. This Is Why is my favorite. I am notorious for having basic bitch opinions. I do like Crave though, which I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's not that basic. And Big Man, Little Dignity, because it's so clever. Those were my standouts. I'm interested to see if there will be a deluxe edition, because 10 tracks is pretty short. I would love to hear what you guys think of this album. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it is right here. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, that is right here. I will see you all in a few days for another video, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye guys. I know that we would run away to an